Coming up this week on the 100K multi-Jev, we are back to try and win $100,000. And, of course, you are back with your post-round 7 Player Pyramid.
It was the most pressure I've ever felt for the pyramid. It is huge. It is great. And as usual, we go to the PointsBet app. We try and turn $10 into 100K betting on round 8 in the footy.
You guys know where to find us at 100K Sports. Like and subscribe. You guys can follow us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your platforms from. Guys, this is an awesome episode. Share it to someone that doesn't listen to us.
Enjoy all the singing in this episode. I'm so sorry.
Let's go. Welcome back to the pod that's loose and loud, where crap multis and bad beats are basically allowed. Round 8's here, and it's a bloody good slate. The Blues are now the Flaggers, as our last 3 weeks have been great. We've got the Battle of the Bridge and the Swans. Will they be a no-show? And a Q clash in Queensland. Will we get another squirrel grip to Zorko? Thursday night's a stinker. We might turn off the telly. It's footy so bad it might give you barley belly. Nice. So crack open a can and lower your brain. Let's dive into another footy week of gambling pain. Welcome back to the 100K Footy Show, where every week we collect our best bets together. We slap a cool, hard, crisp $10 in pursuit to try and win $100,000. Boys, this season we are officially sponsored by who?
PointsBet.
PointsBet, thank you very much. Coming up on tonight's show, the rich tapestry in which is Jev's pyramid, the round 800K multi, and of course the world famous ramble, which will be in the last third of the show. Jev, how are you? Good to be here.
Great introduction.
I put you in a touch. So much to read.
Thank you. You got to practice some of them in the mirror sometimes. Boys, what's the difference between a pickpocketer and a peeping Tom?
What's that?
One snatches watches and the other watches snatches.
That's good. I actually enjoy the fact we're in reruns. I like the reminiscence.
I swear we've got 10 jokes that just keep going around and around. Now, a very big welcome, Captain Carrot, the Crimson Crumpet, the Red Stone, the Devil's Mop, the Baghdaded Red Light. Luke Morgan, ladies and gentlemen.
Morgie.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. Hey, pumped up. Super pumped up. Footy's back. I've said that enough.
Footy's back.
Definitely Football Legends is 100% happening.
Let's go.
Can you say that again?
Definitely Football Legends. Definitely happening. Powered by 4 and 20. Pretty happy about this, Dust. Pretty proud of this. They reshared the story. Okay, the first domino had fell. Want to let you in a little secret. 4 and 20 had never heard of the idea.
Never knew.
Never heard of the idea. Hence the year supply of pies. Hence getting that as a $100 bill. Okay, they're on board. They shared the story. We're going to message them tomorrow. First domino has fallen. Submissions started coming in. So I want to thank everyone for sending those submissions in via the email and the Instagram. They will be taken. We are starting next week. Next week, we have our first 3 nominations, which will go to a vote to the people and then announce the following session. And then obviously our grand final show, which we are planning live.
Are we?
We'll have a massive prize. But yeah, definitely Football Legends is 100% happening.
At 4 and 20 HQ.
Oh, you a car like they used to on the big show?
Yeah, what are we giving away?
More just Gus Bus.
My Gus.
All right, boys. Let's get into last week's multi. We started well. For the first time this year, we actually got to Sunday. We got to Sunday alive. Huge. And then we went dog's ass at the back end of it, boys. 15 out of 22 legs. We ran at 69%, which is what we aim for. If you don't aim for 100, you aim for 69%. Dinner for 2. It's pretty bloody funny. So we always review last week's multi. Jev, what are some stiff legs?
So Ben Long for 2. It was the only leg that, like, after the end of Gold Coast Swans, the early game Sunday, it was the only leg that had lost. He had a shot in the first quarter. He missed that shot. And then he had a shot with 10 seconds to go in the game. That is an easy shot for AFL, and he missed it for his second. So that was a bad one. And I took Jai Newcomb for 30. He only had 20, so that was a fair bit off in the last game. But Ben Long 2, Newcomb 30. Lou?
Danger for 2, only kick 1.
Stiff.
That's okay. It's the form he's in. Carl Amon for 20. He had 18 and a headache. Was out with a concussion. So that's just a stiff leg. Shout out to Carl. Hope you're all right, mate. Can't wait to have him back in the multi. And then Jim Sicily had him for any time. That was on one of those ones I was in a pretty good run with that. Maybe I should have jumped off.
Last game, so Sunday leg. I don't mind that.
That's right. Didn't hit, but he'll be back.
Yeah, I had Dillmore for 2, didn't get up, and Wiz for 3.
Yeah.
Just
2 good legs.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Against 2
a lot
shit
of goals. We've learned.
Again, if you're new to the show, we always say, all we wanted to do is just get to that last game. It was an outlandish multi. I think it was a 56-1 multi, but it's having the chance.
In the last same game.
That's the punt. Yeah. We just want to get to that position where it's $10 on the line at a 56-1 cracker and try and win 100K.
And you have your jeans on Sunday and you're ready to go out in case.
Just quietly, the multi we put on this week is
some good legs, Jeff. We got some awesome legs.
George Michiadis for 2, Toby Green for 2, Josh Kelly for 20, Jez Cameron for 3, James Warple for 20, Connor McDonald for 2. They had some good legs. That multi itself would have paid a bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. Connor McDonald for 2 was a ripper. That went in the rolling. I will speak about that later.
Yeah, rolling.
Human Clutch for 20, green ticks or weak pricks. That was just an early one. Bob for 20, welcome back. Matty Roberts, me, a bit nervous there in that early game, but we got there.
Yeah.
Paul Curtis for 1. He ended up kicking 3. He is just a generational small forward. And Corey Durden for 1.
Great league. He's been awesome.
He's Philip Mateer at the moment.
Finn Callahan for 20 boys, Kerner for 2, Walsh for 25, Jason Horn-Fraser for 20, all the good players.
Yeah, nice.
So we still had a pretty good multi. Now, coming up in the last third, so make sure you hang around. This is the first third. Morgs, we have the ramble.
Yes.
The ramble's going to be huge. Jev, I think you got some good intel for the ramble.
Yeah, we'll call it a second 100K multi.
What?
But it's something me and Das did this weekend that was very popular on our social
Nice.
medias.
Okay.
And we're going to have another crack at it, all 9 games. Everyone was on it on the weekend, and Jeremy Cameron having 14 touches. We had him for 15. Dropped an uncontested mark in the G, cost us a lot of money, and
That's
a lot
on
of
us.
people a lot of money. We're not blaming anyone, but we're having another crack at it.
I love it.
All right.
Did we get a review of Perry Hunters Club last week?
We can do that in the
In the ramble. All right, boys, it's now time. In a meeting, in the toilet, behind the scoreboard, on the hill at Adelaide Oval. 6 men met in a toilet. Only 5 walked out. But those 5 men bought a list, a Bible, a dossier, a message. For all us football tragics, 21 players listed in pyramid formation with only one on top and a foundation of knowledge. In their hands they held a piece of history, a rich tapestry in which brings us together tonight. After 7 rounds of football, 5 months of preparation, a will to win, a will to learn. This is Jev's Post-7 Player Pyramid. The best 21 players walking the planet. Based on the past, based on the present, based on the now. Jev, over to you.
What's better, the introduction or the actual pyramid?
It's 50-50.
The introduction is great.
Let us know in the comments.
Out of the pyramid.
Yeah,
There's
wow.
been some serious cuts. There's been a lot of footy played since my last pyramid.
A lot of
Yeah,
shit.
absolutely.
A lot of crap.
Cut the crap.
Out. James Sicily.
Bang.
Will Day. Nick Larkey. Tom DeConning. Pat Cripps. Jeremy Cameron. Jack Sinclair. Finn Callahan. Isaac Rankin. And it hurts.
Oh, no.
Isaac Heaney and Chad Warner.
Both.
And Blakey.
No, he wasn't in my last one. He was in my very first. He wasn't in my last. Isaac, it's like trying to make you pick your favourite kid.
Yeah.
I couldn't, so I just dropped them both.
That would have to be our most star-studded list of outs ever.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a multi with those guys.
100%
this
of
week.
the comeback.
Good players. That's how good the comp is right now. They're out.
So
Can
none of
we
that-
just quickly say, there's a Jev curse. If anyone
Yeah.
that's Jev has ever cut from the pyramid, they have a career game. So write those names down.
And some of the blokes I bought in is on form, but geez, I reckon I'm going to go.
We'll have to let's get a multi up on the Discord with those players.
yeah, we will.
So let someone else make it. In the way of they send us the multi, we'll get on it. So Sicily, Dave,
Yeah, someone else make it.
Larkey, TDK, Cripps, Jez, Jack Sinclair, Finn Callahan, Isaac Rankin, Isaac Heaney, and Chad Warner.
We'll copy them the list.
Bottom row.
Here we go.
The leading Coleman medalist, Ben King. Best big man in the comp right now.
Yep.
If you're in front of the Coleman, you're on my list.
I like it.
Jack Higgins. If you are the absolute best at something, you deserve to be in the pyramid. And the Butcher's dog, Jack Higgins, is the best small forward in the comp. 20 goals on the season. You can't deny it. Steel side bottom. Welcome Steel side bottom.
Awesome.
Steel.
First time
Well done,
ever.
Steel.
He's number 1 in the coaches' votes. He's coming off an Anzac Day medalist at 35 years old, and he's in unbelievable form for a team that's won 6 in a row.
Yep.
Hotter than Fishgreave.
Yep.
Greece, Steel side bottom.
Well done.
5th grade.
Jordan Dawson just drops a bit, and welcome George Hewitt.
Gorgeous!
No way. Carlton's best player. We'll get to the numbers in a minute.
Yep.
We put up a poll on the Insta
Yeah,
story,
yeah, nice.
and I had a few players in mind. Clear as day that he was
Yep.
the most voted in. No one can deny it. He's in the top 21 players in the whole AFL right now. His numbers back it up.
Yeah, the voting was a tidal wave.
Yeah, it really was.
Gorgeous.
Next row. Up 5 players now.
That's gorgeous.
Matt Rao, Noah Anderson, the best key defender in the comp, Jacob Wiedering, the best ruckman we've ever seen, Max Gawn.
He's good.
Welcome back, Pat Dangerfield. In
Yep.
scary, dominant form
Oh, yeah.
as we've ever seen him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is just dominating games. Pat Dangerfield deserves his spot on the pyramid.
That run through Sard on the weekend was
Love it.
Handball
insane.
off to both.
It's a different danger, and credit to him to be on the pyramid, not as that midfielder from 4 years ago, but that
he's
more
just
up
this
forward.
damaging
He's-
forward beast, basically.
He's Gastro.
It's a good start.
Next row,
Yeah, okay,
4 players.
let's go.
Tom Liberatore,
Yes!
Caleb Sarong,
Yes.
welcome Bailey Smith.
Nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
he's-
He's
base.
way better as a full-time midfielder off an ACL
Than a
as
wing.
I could ever imagine. He's having serious impact on games.
Yep.
And welcome back. I'm going to say welcome back, Andrew Brayshaw. You can't question this man's form. Third in the coaches' votes, averaging 29 touches on the 29 touches a game on the season. Won the medal on the weekend, and his game jumps off the screen and passes the eye test.
Yep.
Like he runs through games, he breaks from stoppages. Him and Sarong have a great duo of what they're good at, and they complement each other so well. It's either on the same road, Brayshaw and Sarong.
I spoke to the content team over the weekend too. They said they've never had the support in the DMs for one player more than Andy Brayshaw over the last week.
Well done.
So well done. Those people will be thrilled.
On you, Andy.
Well on you, Andy.
Next, roll 3.
Let's go.
Zach Merritt, Toby Green, Lockie Neal. Zach Merritt, previously number 1, drops a little bit. Still in good form, but not as blistering hot as he was at the start of the season.
Not kicking as many goals,
Not
Jeff.
kicking as many goals. Bombers aren't winning as much, but he's still playing good footy. He's still a very good player.
Yeah.
Toby Green, the same, drops 1. Still a stud, but the Giants on a 2-game skid. He's still playing well. Just want a little bit more out of him to stay that high.
Yeah.
And back up, Lockie Neal, 30-3 on the weekend.
Ooh.
Lost 1 game for the season. Just a start.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next, Marcus Bontempelli, Zach Butters.
Straight back up there.
They've played 5 games between them and have 5 best ons.
Yep.
Don't care how little footy these blokes have played. The streets know how good they are.
Yep.
They've come back and their teams haven't lost since they've been playing.
Yeah, awesome.
3-0 for Butters, 2-0 for Bond. These two equal winning and domination. You just can't. They're just so good, both of them.
I love it.
And everyone knows
Yep.
how good they were last year, and it's like they're just back. Absolutely dominating. And finally, back to the top of the tree, the best player in the competition,
Well done.
Nick Dacos. First in the coaches' votes, red hot favourite for the Brownlow, is dominating whilst getting tagged, playing for the hottest team in the comp on a 6-game win streak, the most aesthetically pleasing player in the league to watch,
Shit, yeah.
is on track for the best player of all time probably.
Wow.
Like, genuinely.
That's trajectory.
Superstar. His trajectory is just fucked. It is unbelievable what he's doing. Tag, he doesn't have to worry about tags. He just beats them. He kicks goals. What more do you want? He's the best
Yeah.
player in the comp.
And you brought that out. What was that last week? You said spoiler alert.
Yeah, and then he did what he did Anzac Day, and
Yep.
he kicked, 1 goal, 4. It could have been 4 goals, one of the best
Yeah.
Anzac Days we've ever seen, and he was still awesome.
That top
That's
3,
great.
Jev, is fantastic.
That is.
Yeah.
I love the 2 guys. Sometimes there's a bit of a theme, but I love 2 guys. You've seen for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's enough.
Straight back up to
The
the top.
top was easy for me.
Yep.
The bottom was hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard to flip players.
I've spoken about the iceberg dust. So you see the iceberg, there's so much more ice below water.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to release the iceberg. So I'm going to get Jev to order those players and say what the next 13
Well, it was just
players?
those guys that got cut, isn't
Guys like
Yeah, I
Tracy,
it? Yeah, that's the iceberg.
Tracy, Phil Thorpe, Jesse Hogan. Like, they're all such good players.
These guys don't go under the iceberg.
Connor
do they?
Rosie, Jason Orm Francis. Like, so many guys are missing out. It's so stiff.
You know how big I am on bleeding new blood. First time in the pyramid ever, Jack Higgins. I wanted to give that a massive
And still
shout out.
side bottom
So
for sure.
there's going to be probably some people unhappy about that, but as you said, Jev, you're the best in the comp at what you do.
Thoughts, Das?
I loved it. I absolutely love that George Hewitt's in. I think he absolutely deserves it, Jeff.
Right now, who would you take? Steele side bottom or George Hewitt?
So I would take George Hewitt. I know it's over opinion. I think the only thing that Steele's actually beating him in is the coaches' votes. When you actually go back and look at the other numbers, I was trying to look at this scamper quickly when we went to do the roast, but I didn't have enough time. But George has kicked 5 goals. Steele's only kicked 3. I know Steele might play a little bit more defensive-wise. Disposals, George Hewitt's 5th. He's averaging 30.1. Steele is 29th in the comp. Tackles, George is 3rd in the comp with 52. Steele is ranked 30th in the comp. And then for clearances, George is rated 3rd in the comp and Steele's rated 21st. Like, if you look at all the numbers, George is like top 5 in like 4 statistical categories as a midfielder: disposals, clearances, tackles. That is unbelievable. And the fact, if you look at like other people, Nick's the best in their team. So obviously you can almost take one player, the best from each of their side, to go in the pyramid. George is head and shoulders. He will be leading our best and fairest by so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would Steele be leading their best and fairest by so much? I'm not sure. He might be, but I think Nick's definitely in front. Who's in a better position right now to win an All-Australian? I think George is. If George keeps going like this, these numbers at the end of the year will be crazy.
Scorched earth.
So I think George 100% deserves to be in the top 21 players at the moment, as it is after 7 rounds of football.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, my argument for Steele would be beat him head to head.
Yep.
He's on a team that's on a 6-game win streak, so you can say he's got more impact on winning. And yeah, he's ahead in the coach vote, so he's had better,
The respect.
bigger impact on games. Like the coaches are saying, he is the one winning games. So The numbers don't back it up, but the eye test does with Steele. When you watch Collingwood play, he is in career best. I wrote him off after round 1.
Yeah.
When Toby,
Yes, that's right.
Brent Daniels
You want to
got
take him out of the back?
Brent Daniels, I did. Brent Daniels got him. I'm like, if Brent Daniels has given you an absolute bubble bath squeaky clean, it might be time to call it.
Yep.
And now he's in the top 21 players in the competition. His form is impeccable.
We're going to post the pyramid when so people can pick it apart like a
Show
roast
comes out
chook.
Thursday, pyramid usually Friday.
All right, so that's when the photo will come out, guys. Let us know what you think about that. Coming up next, guys, we have the round 8 edition of the 100K multi. Ooh, we'll be right back.
Pick it apart like a roast chook.
The Sunday roast is back for season 2025, Jeff.
Oh, the show where we celebrate the winners and roast the losers.
You can find us every Sunday night after the Bachelor's game where we get on, and Jeff, it's one hell of a show.
We give you the best odds and the best opinions, but the best odds are the bets you weren't on, but wish you were on.
It is out 6 a.m. every single Monday morning after the round concludes.
Listen to it driving to work Monday morning. You'll absolutely love it. The Sunday roast.
Let's go. Alrighty, guys, we are back. Here we go for the round 8 edition of the 100K multi. Jeff, as every week, what do?
We try and we get our money together. I don't ask for much. I just want $3.30 from you,
Yep.
$3.40 from you, and
What?
$3.30 from me. We get $10 together.
Come on.
And we put it on our points bet. We put it in our points bet account to try and turn $10 into 100K betting on the AFL round 8 edition.
All right, Jeff, let's go. Let's kick it off. So we're going to start off with Saturday footy. So we don't touch on Thursday, Friday night. That is in the ramble.
Later.
So you guys have enough time to get on. We get all the links ready, and we
Watch the
just
show.
party for weekend football. Here we go. Dogs Port. What do you think, Jeff?
Let's get this multi rolling.
All right.
Please.
Arguably the best player walking the planet. Marcus Bontempelli for 20 touches at $1.15 to just get this rolling.
it.
This game at Mars Stadium in
Yep.
Ballarat. No one loves Mars more than Marcus. They named the damn stadium after him. If you take the CU out of his name, you get Mars. And then use the CU to see you after the game when he's had 20 touches and a best on.
Nice.
He's had 20 touches at Mars
Poetry.
5 straight games, thanks to our friends at StatMate.
Of course.
He was on ice at 3/4 time against the Giants because his work was done.
Yep.
Now he's coming in this game fresh as a daisy, early Saturday morning, 20 touches.
Love it.
Big final, great bet. Das, I've decided my last bet at Mars Stadium has been made.
Yeah.
So I will no longer be
never
betting in
bet there
Ballarat.
again.
So it's great to be on the show.
No run! Nah, got nothing there, boys. No,
Thanks, Marnus.
no bets. I actually wrote no run on my sheet. So no bets for me. We're going to leave Lewis. I might be the same as you. I'll
done?
never bet at Mars again.
You've done your last bet at Mars.
Only Jeff bets at Mars. That's our new rule. Coming up next, the very next game. I wish we could go 4:15 Adelaide Oval.
dark.
Would have been awesome. Maybe we get some flights over there, some late flights.
Be real late.
Just a quick business
Real
trip.
late.
Crows, Carlton. I don't think the Blues have ever beaten Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. Our only games, I think we beat West Coast and Fremantle at Adelaide over the last 2 gather rounds. They're our only wins over there. Actually, we beat Port. Beat Port last year. Cribs
Yeah.
had an awesome last quarter. Jeff, any legs in
Port
this one?
stink.
He's done it again. No one scares Carlton more than Isaac Rankin. He kicked 3 and had 23 on him last year. He's kicked a goal in each of his last 3 games against Carlton and each of his last 3 games this year. He's also kicked 9 out of his last 10 at Adelaide Oval. He's kicked a goal.
That's nice.
9 out of his last 10 at Adelaide Oval. This is one of those legs that just cooks your StatMate app. It's that hot. Isaac Rankin anytime goal at $1.35. Jeezy scares the Blues.
Yep.
He scared the shit out
Thank
of
you.
you.
I don't know what I was doing there. I was thinking of something.
I scare you as well.
Nah, I was watching him.
Rankisi.
Shame.
Isaac Rankin anytime's the leg. Morg's scared
El
as the other.
Shatiel Pansies.
Yeah, Morgs needs to change his jobs.
Give me my man.
Dotted cloth.
Taylor Jennifer Lopez Walker for any time at $1.15.
Nice.
He ages like a frozen snag, this bloke. Tex Walker played Auskick with Moses. He's that old.
What?
When he debuted, his player number was a Roman numeral.
That's good.
Tex was Matty Nix's coach. Tex paid his first AFL fine with 2 live goats and a sack of wheat. Tex's first footy was a coconut. He's still a fucking gun. Could have easily taken him for 2, and I wanted to, but being an early game, we just take the one. He's
Nice.
kicked 1 snag in his last 11, with 7 of those being 2 or more. So the
Nice.
form is definitely there for the 2. Not going to take it. You take that in the personals responsibly, of course.
Nah, load up.
He's never kicked less than 2 against Carlton. Never kicked less than 2 against Carlton. Is a stat, but hard to believe.
Haynes.
$1.15 for 1's too good. 1 in for 2, but just for 1.
I like it. Jeff. Now, I just need to go over this. To turn on your laptop, you need your power key.
Yes.
To play a song on the piano, you need to hit the right key.
Nice.
To unlock a secret, you need a mystery key. To access your account, you need your security key. And when you need someone to get your 15 bloody touches on Adelaide Oval, you need your bloody Ben keys, boys, at $1.37. His last 6 against the Baggers. When you talk about someone that scares him, it's bloody Ben keys. 18, 30, 29, 21, 16 and 20.
Yep.
That's an average of 23.3 against the Blues.
Off.
It's unbelievable. Last week, he was the first time in 15 games he's gone under.
Yeah.
And he had 14 touches.
Jesus.
He's been so bloody good, Ben Keys.
Happy to lose
So
on
we've
that.
got him in the multi. I've taken away his goal scoring. I just think last week he got tagged a little bit. Adam Saad doesn't tag. He doesn't
No,
tag.
Jesus Christ,
Ben
no.
Keys is going to go nuts.
Doesn't defend.
Yeah, so we've got him in there for 15, Jev. Any other legs in this
None
one?
for me, Lewis.
Give me my man,
Who's that?
Corey Philip Matera Durden. Anytime at a whopping $1.50.
What?
This is an incredible leg.
For one sausage.
The man that has 2 9-wicket hauls and once ran a 5, Jev. I told you last week.
Goddamn.
Spoke about him. He's turning into Philip Matera. I do at times get scared about betting on the same bloke back-to-back weeks. Okay?
Don't.
Not this week. Feel really safe about this one. He's off the back of a bag of 1 against the Cats. Nice. What I love though, Jev, and I couldn't believe this. I went to the StatMate app and I wanted to see, as you can do, you can click verse opposition. It is scary what he's done to the Crows. Last time he played the Crows, kick 1. Okay? So the form is there. I'm only asking for 1 at $1.50 anytime.
Like Mike Myers on Halloween. This bloke just scores.
Cause a Durden, $1.50. It's awesome.
Let's go.
That is awesome, boys. And then we get into a cracking contest. Pies versus the Cats. It feels like the Cats are just playing blockbuster after blockbuster.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure how they're going to keep getting up
they're
against
buggered.
the Red Hot Pies. Jeff, who do you like in this one?
US Pyramid Edition, Rick Dangerfield.
Yeah, welcome, Rick.
Nice.
This bloke is tougher than watching Uncut Gems.
Jesus.
Harder than Jack Higgins' shoelaces.
Yeah.
More brutal than Paul Curtis suspension. Give me
Nice.
Pat Dangerfield for a goal. It's just $1.15, but I don't care how short it is when it's a green tick.
Yep.
He's on fire this season. He's putting the whole league on notice. He's kicked a goal 5 games in a row. He'll kick another. Pat Dangerfield won. We love green ticks on Saturdays.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when they come from danger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boys in the truck, if you could just cue the who am I?
Oh, no.
Who am I for you?
No.
All right.
You want us to close our eyes or just keep going?
Do whatever you got to do.
Okay. Bash.
I grew up in Pilbara, where my first tackling drills involved outrunning snakes and boxing on with roos. I earned a Rising Star nomination in round 18 of 2024, which is significant because that's the night Dobe macked on with Danny Oh shit, hang on. The boys call me Chocky Biscuits around the club because my PlayStation name growing up was Timothy Tam. My dad calls me son. Who am I?
Paul Medhurst. It's got to be Paul,
Paul
Medhurst.
Menace. Is that your final answer?
Oh, go. God damn it.
You macked it with Danny Lazy.
Paul Curia, what was that joke?
I'm Lawson Humphries.
What?
You would not know it. This league has become an absolute institution with punters clubs around the nation.
Patrick Hunter's club.
Our
loves this
friends at StatMate had everything I needed to know about this bloke. He's 100% his last 9 for 15, 90% his last 10, 83% on his last 20.
So many numbers.
A bloke I haven't heard of since yesterday, really. The one time he played against the Pies last year, he had 23. The only 5 times he's played at the G, 21, 15, 18, 23, 15. So all 5 times over 15. The big venue, not a problem. The big opponent, not a problem. Neither of those scare big Timothy Tam.
I feel like the Kazoo kid. You're just loading up.
What the fuck did you just say?
How good is that bet?
I was like, holy shit.
This is such a good bet.
Timothy Tam. Timothy Tam.
Lawson Humphries for 15.
Did you get that?
Can you imagine trying to work out what the bet is? Hey, that is in though.
Timothy Tam.
Honestly.
Oh, far out.
It's our last show.
Boys,
Because this is no one's watching after.
boys, guys in the truck, hit the stinger.
Another one.
I've got a who am
I
I?
know.
Back to back UMRs is unheard of.
Concentrate, Jeff. You might get this one. I look like I wear eyeliner, but I'm not Dame Edna. I'm allergic to bread rolls as they give me explosive gastro. I haven't slept a night alone since I turned 18. I'm currently 32 and I live with my auntie.
I've got it.
My friends call me Billy and my favourite meal is meatloaf bread rolls. Who am I?
That gives it away.
after being allergic to bread rolls this year.
Leon Davis.
That is not Neon Leon, Jev.
No, that's definitely Jason Laycock.
The cock. No, it's Jamie Elliott, boys. Jamie Elliott, boys. He's unbelievable. For a sausage, $1.13. You just feel, this feels like a smart bet.
Yeah, it does.
This feels like a first quarter tick for me.
Yep.
$1.13. It feels like it's going to cash early. His last 2 times against the Cats, he's kicked 2.
Yep.
He kicked 5 last week. He's kicked 10 goals in his last 3 matches.
He just creeps up on you, doesn't he?
10 in his last 3. We have to bet on him.
And he's
Yeah, it's
fit.
great.
He's such a gun.
Yeah,
We
I agree.
have to bet on him.
I like
It's
it.
a sharp bet for us. So he's in there, boys. Jamie Elliott.
Well done.
We're off to a flyer. Any more bets in this one?
No.
All right, beautiful. So then we're going to get on to this barn burner over in the West. I'm not sure if my KO is actually going to turn this game on. West Coast and Melbourne, boys. Jeff, who do you like?
Everybody now. If you see a faded sign on the side of the road that says 15 miles to the mud flap. Mud flap, baby. Mud flap's fucking back and he's looking back to his best. Thank God you guys are in on that song. He kicked 2 straight on the weekend, 4 straight the week before. I'm taking him for 2 at $1.50. He'll lick his lips on Stephen May, fellas. He's kicked 30 goals in his last 10 at Optus Stadium.
Jesus.
Averaging 3 a
He's
game.
so good.
Hasn't gone under 2 at Optus Stadium since Jesus was a chippy.
Yep.
Give me the mud flap. 2 goals. I love seeing him back to being fit. He had the calf at the start of the year.
Yep.
And he's just looking back. And I'm pumped to see him back.
Imagine how good Jesus would have been in his pre-app. He would have been so good.
How firm is the mud flap at the
thing
moment? Like,
is
there's that much starch in it.
Yeah, starch.
Yeah, nothing for me. It was like trying to find your uncle sober at a wedding. This game for me, just absolutely impossible.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. All right, give me a bloke. I think we're going to debut a bloke here, boys.
Oh, I'd love
This bloke gets sunburnt when it's a full moon. After finding his weird obsession and fire obsession with sexual books, he decided to write his own books. 50 Shades of Sunburn. Win, lose, or draw with this bloke, it doesn't matter. They pour water over him. Not because it's his first game. It's because they think his head's on goddamn fire. His skin is more see-through than the paper of the bottom of your KFC 3-piece feed. And his head is redder than Satan's gooch. Welcome to the very first time, the 100K family, the premiership hero for the D's, Jake the Snake Bowie for 20 touches,
welcome,
boys.
mate.
$1.31. He's been a revolutionary the last 5 games, boys. He's averaging 26 disposals his last 5 off the halfback. And he hasn't gone under 20 disposals his last 6. We've got to put him in, don't
What
we?
did you get? $1.31.
Yeah, $1.31.
Great leg.
It's $1.31 for 20.
I love 20 touches, $1.30 when the form's there.
Yeah,
Feels
absolutely.
like stealing money.
It does.
Feels like a sharp bet.
Yeah.
Redder than Satan's gooch.
If you say enough gags, that they will be funny. Well done.
Well done. Jev, anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, boys, it's time for the most lucrative segment in all of sports.
Gold
Rush. It was the best bets we weren't on, but we wish we were. Jev, who is this segment brought to you by?
PointsBet and StatMate. We get the odds from PointsBet. StatMate give us the best bets and
Now free on the App Store,
Yeah,
mate.
Free on the app, so it
Go-
goes through all the best most of the shit that comes out of our mouth. When we go back, we look at StatMate's our guy.
StatMate's our guy.
Backed up by
So
stats.
let's go through. So these were the best bets from last week. So the best price points for 20 disposals. Nick Haynes for 20 was $3.30, boys. Jeremy Howe was $3.50. Caleb Windsor, the American Dream,
Yep.
$4.50. Jack Buckley was $7, and Brad Hoff. Is that how you pronounce it?
Brady Hoff.
Brady Hoff. What Hoff? Brady,
Plays
$7.
hard. My favourite player for the Eagles.
Well done, Brady.
Rock. 25 touches I've got. Thompson Dow was $6.50. Josh Battle was $8. Elijah Hollands was $8.
that's nice.
Matthew Johnson was $10.
Matty John.
And Sean Manor was $11. Who the hell is Matthew Johnson?
27. Who is on
Did he used to
him?
play for St. George?
I got 30
Matty
plus.
Johns.
I had Jake Bowie had 32 at $10. Darcy Wilmot for 30 on the banger had $15, and then Bradley Hill had 33. Well done to Bradley Hill for 33. The old boy had $15. Really good bet. Yeah, great odds.
The best price points for 35 disposals. Andrew Brayshaw was $4. Josh Dacos was 12. Will Ashcroft was 12. And Steele's side ass toe ball side bottom was $14.
14's real.
I've got one goal here. It's all right value. Darcy Cameron was $3.50. Mark Blitzard was $3.60. Braden Maynard was $4. Mark O'Connor was $4. And Jason Johannesson was $4.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. This is the best. This is my favourite market in all of sports, as you know, the 2+ goals. This is without a doubt our best ever gold rush.
Okay.
Our best ever gold rush. For 2+ goals, from what I can see, there's only one forward in there, and he's only just a forward. Rory Lobb kicked 2 at $13.
Nice.
Harley Reid kicked 2 at $14. Timmy Taranto at 2, $14. Daniel Rioli kicked to at $21, and then Sam Durham kicked to at 21.
Who's the forward you were talking about?
Oh, I've just thrown Reed or Taranto forward.
That's awesome.
Just.
That's awesome. The best for 3 goals. Riley West was $9. Liam Bland Ryan was $11. Bailey Humphrey, he kicked 4, Jev, but for 3 it was $23. James Harms with a good smile at 41. And Lockie Neal was $51 for 3.
That's awesome. And what about for 4 goals? Jeremy Cameron was $4.25. Jack Gunston was $4.25. Eric Hipwood was $6. Jamie Elliott for 4 was $12. And Bailey Humphrey, our man, the Bear, was $81 to kick 4.
A nation.
That's a nation.
That's so good. Unbelievable.
5-eye, Ben King kicked 5 at $8. Sure,
Nice.
credit to him that they're only paying 8. And then Jimmy Elliott for 5, $23. Nice.
That's a good price point. Now, boys, I wanted to go through my 2 favourite markets, 25 disposals and 2 disposals. Yeah, 2 goals. They're my absolute favourite. 25 disposals and 2 goals. So I went through StatMate, and I went through, because you can go through who have hit these the last 5.
Yep.
So I put 2 little multis on last week. So the best for 25, Zach Merritt's hit his last 5, Nick Dacos, Sheasel, George Hewitt, and Bailey Smith. That only paid $250, because you know why? It hit.
Cash.
They all hit their
Nice.
25.
Yeah, really
and then I looked, there's only 4 forwards or 4 players in the AFL that had kicked 2 5 weeks in a row.
Yep.
The Butcher's Dog, Jack Higgins, Jesse Hogan, Mitch Georgiades, Paul Curtis. That paid $5.19.
Awesome. That's
That
great
hit.
betting.
So you can go on StatMate, you can look at any market that you want.
Really well
So
done.
I just like those 2. So I laddered them together, put it on, ka-ching, ka-ching, in my pocket. How good's that? What a weekend.
Well
done to you.
And that was the most lucrative segment in all of sports. Go Rush! The best bets we weren't on, but
Keep
we
us
wish we
singing this
were.
one.
Also, a little bit I was on it. All right,
Too
so
much
let's
singing.
get into
Sunday legs.
the Sunday legs. This is where we make the cream. This is where it's done, boys. Swans, Giants. Jev is all out. So are we burying the Showtime Swans name? We're never saying it for the rest of this year.
I can't help myself.
Are we going to bury the name? Can we give him
No, we're
another?
not burying
I
them.
think for this
No, they're
year.
the psychologically damaged ones.
All right.
I said that ages ago.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Isaac Heaney, you are the love of my life. Oh, Isaac Heaney, I'd let you shag my wife. Oh, Isaac Heaney. Give me Isaac Heaney anytime at $1.40. $1.40 is unbelievable value.
Nice.
So I'm just going to take you back to the first quarter against Gold Coast on the weekend.
please.
Take me back.
At quarter time on the weekend, Heaney had 8 disposals, 7 score involvements, and kicked 1 goal too in a quarter. That was his first quarter. And I'm just taking him for 1. The last time he played the Giants in a final, he had 30 and 3. And I'm just taking him for 1. I can't believe we're getting $1.40 for Isaac Heaney to kick a goal. Gobble this up, Sunday leg, Heaney anytime. In the ramble, ask me about this leg again because I'm taking him for 2 later. But yeah, Heaney 1.
I won't be here, but you ask him. You ask him, does.
I'll be here.
It's a dead set musical tonight.
Yeah.
No singing.
So much singing.
I got a bit of business here, Das. Give me the Snag
I
Bandit.
was hoping you were going to start singing.
Nah. Give me the Snag Bandit.
Yep.
Toby fucking Green for 2 plus $1.40.
Yes.
Betting on Toby Green is an absolute pleasure, a gift really. I think this is my 4th time this year. What I love most though, when it comes to playing the Swans, and I did the deep dive, he's more due than hot.
Okay.
Yep, a lot more due than hot.
Okay.
Which is why I love it so much. If there's a man that knows his recent form against the Swans, it is Toby Green.
It's Toby.
The qualifying final, Tobes went snagless. Round 15, only 1 snag in the loss. Round 8, no snags. 3 losses last year. Jeff, the Swans don't have a matchup for the Snag Bandit. Do you agree with that?
No, not at the moment.
So that's all the numbers there. It's pure. I'm a little betting with a little bit of heart here, but $1.40 I'm getting for 2 plus in the battle. The Battle of the Bridge. All right, I love it. TFG, the Snag Bandit.
No, we're never going to
It's
be
just
angry
business.
on Toby Green.
No, you can't. That's
Yeah,
it's
that's
good
right.
price.
Exactly. It's boring.
Get your produce, banana, $7.99 a kilo. Get your kiwis, $5.55 a kilo. Get your melons, $13.99 a kilo. Get your 20 touches, $1.17, good price. Here we go. Finn Callahan for 20 touches, guys, $1.17. Has not gone under this year. He has not.
We're done.
With Tom Green's production, let's look for Finn to have a lot more true midfield minutes.
Yep.
True or not?
True.
Again, this feels like a sharp bet. His 4 career games against the Swans, 26, 23, 27, 25.
It's lots of touches.
Yeah.
3 of those games were at the SCG, so you know he likes playing
Yes.
there. This is an awesome bet. $1.17, 20 touches.
Get your produce.
This is our
Get
last
your
show.
produce. So Finn Callahan's in there, boys. The local produce,
We're
the
done.
local boy.
We're finished.
Good legs.
That's good.
We're building some great legs.
Any other legs, Jeff, in this one?
No.
You don't have any more. You're going shy on the Swans.
Rightfully so.
just moved.
They
That's
stink.
fair.
All right, now we're going to get into the MCG.
Please.
Hawks, Richmond. This could be a big game. This could, like a big crowd. The Hawks will want to make sure that their stars get back on the board. They start kicking some goals, some big scores. Bit of a percentage boost, but the Tigers are there. The Tig puppies.
The Tigers will have fans too. The Tigers have lost not that many fans.
No, they haven't. Jev, who do you like in this one?
I actually believe this is the best value bet of the week.
Okay.
If you're shopping for value, you're going to Aldi, Kmart,
Yep.
Target, or you're going to the Connor McDonald section on PointsBet. I'm taking Connor McDonald for $2 at $2.80.
I love it.
Sunday Arvo at the G.
Brilliant.
Say it out loud. Connor McDonald at $2.80. Sunday Arvo at the G. He kicked 2 goals 3 last week
gun.
and 1 goal 3 the week before. That's 9 shots a goal in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I'm getting $2.80 for him to kick 2.
Good stuff.
Basically $3 for him to kick 2 when he gets a lot of shots a goal a week.
Yep.
We're just buying value here.
Yeah, love it.
On Sundays, you go buy your value, and we're taking Connor McDonald for 2 because we all love him for 1.
We love him.
Every
Yeah.
single same game multi in the world is going to have Connor McDonald for 1. If you love him for 1, you love him for 2. Because if you love him for 1, he's kicking 1 a quarter time.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you take him for 2, $2.80. Now ask me about this leg in the ramble.
Well done, Jev.
Okay, Jevy.
Give me Jarman Impey. Das 15 disposal at $1.55. This feels like an absolute golden nugget in the weeds.
Like a sharp bet.
It does feel very sharp. I haven't been in the weeds for a while now. But legs like this are rare, Das. Rare. He's quicker than a Hawthorn rebuild, this bloke.
Wow.
Jarman Impey's quicker than a shower tug.
Holy shit.
Usain Bolt wears Jarman Impey pajamas. That's how quick this bloke is. This is just a pure coincidence bet here. No Amon. Okay, Carl Amon got the head knock. My man. No Scrimshaw, your man.
Another
Okay,
head knock.
so the 2 half-backs.
Nah.
Sicily and Impey are the play. We've left Sis alone, but Impey's the man. Okay,
Nice.
these are the Darren Jarman Impey. Jarman's the distributor off half-back this week. 2 that are missing, I'm sure, PointsBet. I don't know, do they know this? PointsBet?
What did you say?
Can you imagine listening to this?
No, this is the best.
Not live?
This is my favourite stuff.
Fuck.
When you justify like this is
Yeah.
my favourite bit of listening
So
back to the
I
show.
just want to know, do PointsBet know that
Jarman. Darren.
that Scrimshaw and Eamon are out? Do they know that?
I don't think so.
I'm still getting $1.55. He's had 15 his last Baker's week. 17 and 19. It is all there. And again, that price, $1.55. If you like the leg, give us a call. That is 13 24 12.
Cashville.
Cashville. Seriously, can you imagine not being mates with us and listening to this?
This is one of my favourite things. Oh, boys,
so lush.
give me the 5'5" small forward for the Hawks. This bloke's taller when he's laying down. give me the male witch, Nick Watson for 2. Kick 3 against him last time. $1.65. He looks like he's ready to explode. He said it. He's been on a million podcasts the last month. He keeps talking. I keep hearing the same
is
story.
lively, isn't he?
He's around the wizard. And he keeps saying last year he went through lulls. He had a good game, bad game. He's had a few 1-goal games. Let's see the wizard. Let's crack out the 5.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him crack out the 5. So for 2 against the Tigers, MCG Sunday leg, it just meets the criteria of
does.
why we put a leg in our multi. So I've got him in there, Jeff.
Love it.
Feels like
Anything
a
else in this
Nah,
one?
nothing for me.
Morgs, anything else?
No, thank you, mate.
Boys, then we're going to get on to the last one, the Q Clash. So here we go, Brisbane, Gold Coast. If you got a missus or if you got work the next day, you will not be watching this. This is 7:20.
Sunday night.
No.
We've agreed this isn't going to be in the roast, yeah?
Yeah, so this won't be in the roast. So the roast is going to be Hawks Richmond, and we might just do a story the next day on this game.
Yeah, just do a story.
Yeah, we'll just do a story. Jeff, who do you like in this one?
You can argue the 2 best recruits of the season are the Gold Coast halfback flankers. The twins, Dan Rioli and John Noble.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm taking one of the twins, Dan Rioli, for 20 touches at $1.50. He formally introduced himself as a Gold Coast son with 22 and 2 on the weekend.
Yep.
And his best game for the club. That's how you just become a son.
Welcome
you have a
back.
game like that.
Yep.
He had 25 last time he played the Lions last year when he was still a Tig, but he had 25 against the Lions. $1.50 on a Sunday night for a halfback flanker to get 20 touches.
Fantastic
is
price,
stealing value.
That actually is.
So
Sharp
we
bet,
just
Jeff.
can't say no to that.
Yep.
Dan Rioli, 20 touches at $1.50 is awesome.
Well done, mate.
Sharp bet, Jeff.
Give me, I guess, with the other twin, I suppose. John Global Noble does for 25 disposals at $1.72. The boy brought up on vodka and family.
Shit.
John Noble's last 5 sounds like the weather in Cairns this time of year. 30, 27, 28, 20, 29. That's a week in Port Douglas.
So true.
You know I've ridden Mr. Zambreros for 20 plus all year, but this is the Sunday leg, okay? This is the value that 56 to 1 last week I talked about. We're going up to 25. Rioli's looked good since he's come back, but John takes the kickouts. I get a lot more kickouts than Danny Rioli. So I think that's going to get us to that extra 5. So
Danny.
the stats are all there. Go to StatMate. It's all there. I've used it. $1.72 is a wicked price.
That might be in the rolling multi.
No, Danny Rioli actually went in.
Yeah,
I'll reveal it afterwards.
fantastic. All right, boys. This bloke moves quicker than a fat kid on a cupcake. This bloke moves like Morgs when his mum says, "Who wants fifths on Christmas lunch?" This bloke moves like your uncle after 12 shandies. Give me the front runner, the pride of Jenny of the AFL, Charlie Cameron for 2 snags at $2.10. This bloke's more due than Stewie Jew. He's more due than the wet grass at 9:10 on a Saturday for an under-19s game. He's more due than your bloody tax return. This bloke hasn't kicked a sausage in 4 weeks. He's gone to Bunnings 4 times, picked up the timber, picked up the cement, and hasn't picked up a sausage. Come on, Jeff, you can't have him 4 weeks in a row. When you rock up to Bunnings, you go pick up a sausage, don't you? On a Sunday, we don't get 1, you double up, you go get 2 for $2.10. This is awesome.
It's a great call.
Come on. What's he doing?
0-4 on the weekend, didn't he? Against
I had more jokes, I missed them. Don't worry about it. I'll save them for next week.
100%, 0-4.
Yeah, I love that. Like Charlie Cameron for 2, 0-4 on the weekend. You just bet on Charlie Cameron.
Yeah.
At the Gabba on a Sunday night, he's kicking 2.
You have to.
It's like the definition of hot or due.
Yeah, 100%.
This bloke uses a canoe as a mouth guard.
Yes.
The tooth fairy pays this bloke in installments. He doesn't floss. He zip lines between molars. I'm talking about our man Chompers Walter, the kid Jed Walter, had a career day against the Swans last week,
day.
kicking 3 and looking really solid. I'm going back to the well and taking him for 2 on Sunday night at $2.30. Come on, Chompers. So
Chomp-ass.
the Suns roll out 2 key forwards.
Yep.
You got Ben King that pays $1.30 for 2.
Bennethel Kingus.
Yes, he's a pyramid player. He's leading the Coleman Menace, but $1.30 for 2. Or the other key forward is Chompers Walter for 2, and you're getting $2.30.
Yep.
So I'm just saying they might put Harris Andrews on Ben King like a bloody rock.
Yeah, for sure.
And Jed,
That's the plan.
I like
Jed
the plan.
to just
That's the
kick
plan.
2 out the back happens all the time. Like Ben King and still play a great game, but Jed walks off with 4.
Yep,
But
love
so
it.
$2.30 for 2. Jed Walter uses a canoe as a mouth guard. Come on.
That's
nice.
No, that's awesome. Chomp-ass. Nothing for me, Dust. I've rounded it out.
Give me the man that's paid the nation twice. The man that is single-handedly paying for my Brazzers subscription, pays for the beers at the bar, and the Ubers home. Bailey Humphrey for 1 snag.
I love
one snag at $1.55 again.
$1.55.
That's
A
great.
career day.
Yeah.
I know that he's kicked 5, but this is his career day. 4 goals, the highest ranked player of the round. And I think if you get near around 14, 15 ranking points, like it's good. He ranked it in 29 ranking points.
so good.
His goal from outside 50 would have been honestly good from 70.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had a chat to him. We think it's the haircut. So, and Jev, we're getting closer and closer to Northern Territory Bear.
Yeah.
So we think he's just starting to get fit. Like, I actually like him for 2 in this, but we only take him for 1.
He's 4.25 2. What annoys me is we're not going to get the same value when he's in Northern Territory because he's dominating early.
I know.
Because you and me were going to ladder the shit out of him when he went to
Sheasel out of
Darwin.
it.
And now he's already kicked 4, so the value's already come
we'll
down.
still ladder him.
We'll still ladder him.
So Bailey Humphrey's in. Does that round out the multi?
That rounds
think
out the
it might,
multi.
yeah.
Jev, read it out. So this is our round 800K multi. If you disagree with this, well, bad luck.
So you need to put $10.77 on this week.
A Daniel Rich, Luka Doncic. A Luke L. Doncic. Riccio.
$100,054. Let's go. Marcus Bontempelli, 20. Ben Keys, 15. Rankin anytime. Durden anytime.
Tick.
Taylor Walker anytime.
Tick.
Love it.
Collingwood Geelong. Pat Dangerfield anytime.
Tick.
Jamie Elliott anytime.
Yep.
Lawson Humphreys for 15.
Shit.
West Coast Melbourne. Mudflap Waterman for 2.
Yep.
Jake Bowie for 20.
Nice.
Sydney GWS. Tobes for 2.
Yep.
Heaney anytime. Finn 20. Great legs.
Great legs.
Hawks Richmond. Connor McDonald 2. Nick Watson 2. Jarman Impey 15. James Warple 20. James Warple 20 is one of my legs. No, I didn't say it. Did anyone say it? No.
Jimmy
No one
Warps.
said it. Jimmy Warple's
They-
in there.
Jimmy
Warple's in
had
there.
20 last week. Like
They thought it would be.
They would be, yes. Brisbane Gold Coast Sunday night to round us out. Charlie Cameron 2. Jed Walter 2.
Yep.
Bailey Humphrey anytime. John Noble 25, Dan Rioli 20.
Well done, boys.
Great bet.
So that Sunday night is a lot better than our one last
Yeah,
week.
definitely.
That Sunday night, that is a great multi.
get us there.
I am so keen on this multi.
Unbelievable, boys.
Yeah,
So
good.
round 8, this feels good. It feels like we're finally getting into a little bit of form. So, boys, that is the multi for round 8. Ladies and gentlemen listening, that is it. That is the middle part of the show. Coming up next, we got the world famous ramble. Some bets, some good chat, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, you've made it this far. Thank you so much. If you can do us a massive favor, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And if you want to get involved with the community a lot more with our Patreon and Discord, the link is in the link tree. Only $2 a week. You guys can be involved in absolutely everything. So we've got all of our footy chats, all our best bets, future bets for the entire year. It is awesome. But again, thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Cheers. All right, guys, we are now back for the last third of the show. Hit the stinger in the truck.
Please.
It's time for the ramble.
Soulful tune.
All right, if anyone's new to the ramble, welcome. Strap in.
Sorry.
This is some tism coming through the microphone. Boys, let's get into it. Do we have your little segment from last week?
Perry Hunters Club.
No, Patrick Hunter's Club's going to have one little breather because we got... no, there's a bit of a you and me Patrick Hunter's Club coming up. But let's address the elephant in the room, Lewis.
Please.
Dope fucking Thursdays. So we don't do the Thursday night Friday game until the ramble.
Yes.
Dope Thursdays is 0 and 7.
Shane
I
Zip-
repeat, 0 and 7.
Shane Zip and 7.
HR.
We've got North Essendon.
Are the
Talk
odds
to
out?
us.
North.
You flirted what you're going to do on the Sunday roast.
Yep.
Are you going to stick with that theory?
Well, now the odds are there. I actually haven't had a look at it, but Jeff, can you look up the ladder for me? What he would potentially play? But I've got some little stats as I always do.
great.
Boys, 7 of North's last 8 matches have gone over the total. Total match points, which is 182.5.
Good start.
I just want to let you boys know that my model is saying that it's going to be 186.
So right on.
So we'll be taking the over in that one. Essendon has failed to cover the line in each of its last 10 matches as a favourite. So the line's 16.5.
You've got to take Nick Lucky for 4 at $3. Too many.
Maybe I'll think about it.
Go the over into Lucky for 3.
No, I'm just going to take that. That's my bet.
What is it? Over?
Over and North to cover.
Over, North to cover. That pays $3. North plus 16 and the over.
I reckon something different. Fuck players. I'm just going to go for the total.
I love it.
Who dominates? Paul Curtis is out, your man.
Yeah, it's disappointing. And look, what a joke.
Is this we've had a few people comment, is this a bit of a banana peel game for the Bombers?
Yeah, I think that's a big call.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I reckon they're cheeks.
The Bombers or the Roos?
I think North are going to run over the top of them.
You reckon?
Yep.
I actually thought the Bombers weren't too bad on Anzac Day. Is that unpopular opinion?
That's okay for a quarter.
Yeah, okay.
I think North run over the top of them.
North are pretty bad.
Yeah, but this is what they want. This is their first primetime game in like 5 years.
Is this the G or the Igloo?
Igloo?
Yeah,
of course.
Okay, that changes things.
So you get 360 dust, so you can add a few points each way.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Over 183, North plus 16.
Also, can I mention the Algo last week in its first crack?
Alan.
I think it went 6 from 9. It lost
7 from 9.
7 from 9. Lost its last few late. So I'm going to give all the Algos spots
Discord.
out in the Discord only.
Yep.
So there's 9 of them. I'm going to put them. And then I'm only going to pick my best 3 this week.
Okay.
I think I'm going to lay 50 on all of them. I know it's not a lot, but I'm going to lay 50 on each. All I have to do is go 2 from 3 and I hit.
Yep.
My Saturday slate last week, I just went the 3 overs. It pays $6.89. Ka-ching! Money in the pocket.
Nice.
It hit with ease. So the Algo's in a little bit of form at the moment. Is there any other bets you like in this game, Jeff? Do you think the Bombers win?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I do. I like the look of Peter Wright.
LP tells her
I like the look of Georgiades last week. I like big forwards against North. I watched Joel Amati kick 4 like he was Tony Lockett on him, especially when they're playing no Core and Griffith Lowe because they're playing in the 2s. So I like the look of Merritt for a goal or 2. And I like to look at Peter Wright, and I like the Bombers to win, I think.
Yeah,
Nice.
fair. Cashing in back to those 2+ goals.
2 goal kickers that are like halfback wingers. Who do you look
So
at?
ex-Dersma, do we see 2 bow and arrows?
Jeff, what is the number 1 rule? If you're drafting ever,
If I was a GM of a football team.
ever,
D. Don't draft Dersmas.
Triple D.
All right. It's
This is-
stiff, but
They're no good.
ex-Dersman. Could he kick 2 though at $21, Das? Could Will Setterfield pop up and kick 2 at 17? Could Tom Powell, fresh off 2 ones,
I like Tom Powell.
kick 2 at 17? Could Jerry go down there and kick 2 at 17?
Potentially.
I'll tell you another great leg. Sorry, Lou, but you keep
No,
going.
don't be. That's all I got. Can I let you know what the rolling multi
Get the
is?
junkyard dog out there.
So last week, the rolling multi was Kelly 20, Toby 2, Jez for 2, James Sisley for 1, Connor McDonald for 2+. Credit to you,
James
Jeff.
Sisley at
Paid
$1.35.
$9.14. The leg that cost, or was this the smallest leg, $1.35 was Sis, and it missed. This week, we're going Connor McDonald 2,
Love it.
Tex for 1,
Yep.
Dan Rioli 20.
That's a good bet.
Just get back $4.80. Nice. All right, and we just start again.
Bombers, North, Thursday night. Who concedes less goals? You put Danny Laidley out there right now. Hasn't
Luke
played
McDonald.
football in like 20 years, or Luke McDonald.
Danny or Dean Laidley?
I'm taking Danny now.
Oh, so
St Kilda Freo.
Who are you taking? Who are you taking? Who's conceding less goals right now?
Danny Laidley.
St Kilda plus 5.5. Fremantle minus 5.5. It is at the Igloo, I believe.
Yes,
Igloo,
it
back-to-back
is.
Igloos, Thursday, Friday night.
The deck's going to be horrible.
That will be ice cold.
All right, here we go. St Kilda have lost each of its last 6 Friday night matches. So Freo wins $1.73. But we and Jev agree that we think it's just going to be a Ross win. We just think that Ross might just outcoach.
Coach the jocks off Justin Long.
So
we know Freo hate travelling.
Yep.
Freo hate travelling. So it's one of two.
Okay.
Caleb Sarong, Andrew Brayshaw are best on ground by an absolute mile,
Yep.
and Shai Bolton kicks 3, and Freo win.
Yep.
So you got to bet for them to win. That's what has to happen. Or they miss their own beds like they usually do.
Yep.
And St Kilda win. Ross coaches the jocks off of Justin Long.
Ross coaches.
And Jack Higgins kicks 3 like he does every time he steps out in the field.
I think that's happening.
So-
St Kilda 3, Higgins 3.
So I've got one for you. What did St Kilda do to Geelong to start the game?
Coach the jocks off.
What they did, they smacked them around the park, didn't they? Yeah. So listen to this. St Kilda to win the first quarter, paying $2.
Good.
Fremantle has lost the first quarter in each of its last 5 matches at Marvel Stadium against teams on a losing streak.
That's a banger of a leg.
That's a ripper. I'm betting $2.
$2.
Freo
Well done.
first quarter into Higgins anytime, like backing into
No, Saints to win the first quarter.
Saints first quarter into Higgins first half goal. Can we get him for just a first half goal?
I think so.
That's a ripping stat, Darcy, and a ripping bet.
As if, like, I don't
That
know.
might be my Jevy Fridays bet. Saints first quarter and build around that. It gets me excited. It's done by quarter time.
Yeah.
2+ goal scorers. Could Andy Brayshaw kick 2 at 14?
Absolutely.
Could Caleb Sarong at 17?
Absolutely. Brad Hill did it on the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember you said it in Gold Rush.
I
Brad
did
Hill
too.
kicked 2.
Yeah, he kicked
I
a
know.
fortune.
Can we have a multi of just maybe 1 goal? The St Kilda forklift drivers. Hugo Garcia, Max Hall, Lance Collard.
Just
and
one each?
Isaac Keeler.
Talk about a leg that would be in the 100K. Jack Higgins for 2 at $1.45.
Yeah, you
That
love
is
it.
crazy.
Is cream. Death taxes that.
Crazy good.
That's crazy good. Anytime, anything for any time.
I actually don't mind.
Rowan Marshall
Oh,
at $1.85 is the bet of the day.
Yeah.
No, we
so
have to,
Brayshaw.
after talking about him in Gold Rush, we've got to take our man Michael Johnson.
Mickey
Matthew
J.
Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
Who the hell's Matthew
I've
Johnson?
never heard of him.
He for 2, he's 17.
Matty
bucks,
J.
yeah.
No, Schofield said he went a bit soft the other week. That's how he's like, geez, Johnson jerked it a bit there. Should have gone harder at the contest.
Matthew Johnson.
Matty John Cock.
Who gets the role in Tire Guts? Lukey Ryan.
Schwarzer.
He's the equivalent to a goalkeeper in the AFL. How many times is he stuck there on the
Yeah.
line just because he refuses to run with an opposition player?
All right, we're going to get into it. We're going to
We got more.
All right, now this is the final thing. This is the Patrick Hunters Club. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Hey, put your hat backwards.
So, Patrick here. Patrick Hunters Club, how are we, lads?
Patrick Swayze, yo.
All right. So Morg's birthday on Sunday. We're going for a steak. Das picks me up, driving me to get a steak with you, Lewis. Very nice. We go, right, there's 3 games. There was 3 games. I go, Das, give me 1 disposal and 1 goal kicker, and I'll put 1 disposal, 1 goal kicker. We did it for all 3 games. So it was 12 legs.
Yep.
The only leg, it was 65-1.
68.
68-1.
Did it for 2.
The only leg that lost was Jeremy Cameron 15. He had 14. He dropped an uncontested mark in the middle of the MCG with a minute to go, and it cost us $900. Right?
You don't deserve that.
So it's like, well, why don't we just have we were that close? Why don't we have a crack for all 9 games?
Yep.
Right. So can you please get the fixture up?
AFL.
Thanks to PointsBet.
Thanks to PointsBet. They give us
fixture.
the games.
Essendon v North, the Igloo.
I'm taking Larky for 2, Merritt for 25.
I'm taking Peter Wright for 2, George Wardlaw for 15.
Love it.
Good legs. Where are we going to post this, by the way?
Discord only.
Thank you. St Kilda versus Fremantle.
I'm taking
Ramble.
Sarong for 25 and the Butcher's dog Jack Higgins for 2.
I'm taking Nas for 20.
That's a good
and
bet.
Mickey Frederick for 1.
I like it.
Great bet. Western Bulldogs versus Port Adelaide in Ballarat.
I'm taking Ed Richards for 20 and Riley West for 1.
I'm taking Bontempelli for 20 and Georgiades for 2.
Yep.
Awesome. Crows versus Carlton over there.
I'm taking Dutchy, Elijah Hollins for 15 and then Charlie Curnow for 2.
I'm taking Jordan Dawson for 25, Ben Keys for 1.
Nice.
Good legs. Collingwood, Geelong, home of 16 buck
I'm going
bundies.
back to Jamie Elliott for 1 and also Nick Dacos for 25. It's a sure bet.
I'm taking Sean Manor for 15, Danger for 1.
Nice.
Good bets. Rat House, West Coast versus Melbourne.
Rat House, Cozzy for 2 and Liam Baker for 20. I like it.
I'm taking Harley Reid for 15, Jake Waterman for 2.
Nice.
Good bets. Sydney versus GWS, Sunday.
I'm going the speed start. Darcy Jones for 15 and Will Hayward, Jev Yorman for 1.
I'm taking Chad Water for 20, Isaac Heaney for 1.
Great bets. Hawthorn versus Richmond, I believe, at the G.
Yeah, Warple for 20 and McDonald for 1.
Good bets.
Tim Torano for 20, Marby Ochol for 2.
Bachelor's game, basically Monday. Brisbane versus Gold Coast at the Gabba.
The Squill Group, Zorko for 20 and Zach Bailey for 1.
Matt Rao for 20, Ben King for 2.
That's an awesome multi.
So that is 36 legs.
Yep.
So all you're going to do is one disposal, one goal kicker each.
Okay.
For $10, you get back $120,000.
Jesus, just going again.
It's 12,000 to 1.
200K sports. Well done.
120,000 to
How
1.
lucky are we?
How lucky? How good is that, Lewis?
Smart away.
How lucky are we that we're able to put that on?
If you listen to that, split it into the Thursday, Friday, then do your Saturday one,
Yeah.
then do your Sunday one as well. In case one leg loses here and there, I reckon we'll hit one day.
I think it's a pretty good show.
What's the code word? If there's ever been a show that needed a code word to let us know you've got through this.
Declan Rice. Yeah, fuck it. Keep it as Declan
You have
Rice.
to comment Declan Rice
Declan Rice.
if you've made it this far.
Arsenal are playing tomorrow. Up the Gunners.
Up the PS.
I've only been going for 3 weeks, I think, now.
Since Declan
Declan Rice, free kick.
All right, Blues, Crows, how much Blues?
We're going to win 7 points.
Jeez, I just hope the Swans get 4 points. I win by a goal, maybe. I hope. Oh, and one. Oh, no, never mind.
No, okay.
No, Heaney for 2, Conor McDonald for 3, pays 25 to 1. So we both love Heaney. We all love Heaney anytime. We love Conor McDonald for 2. Yeah, 25 to 1 for those things. I'm so
You can
sorry.
see me thinking of...
I'm so sorry.
Why
that
did that come in,
Because
mate?
it's supposed to come up earlier. Swans win, Blues win,
Chile!
baby back ribs.
What are you prepared to lose today? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.